I never imagined a single day could change the way I saw someone I thought I knew so well. But that day arrived quietly, almost innocuously, and yet by nightfall, everything I believed about my stepson, about myself, and about our fragile little family had been shattered. It all started on a regular Thursday. I had been up since dawn, juggling work calls, the grocery list, and a growing pile of mail I had been ignoring. My husband had passed away a year ago, leaving me not just with grief but with a small, somewhat chaotic household that had to function without his calm, grounding presence. His son, Nathan, my stepson, had been a rock in ways I hadn't recognized until that morning. Nathan had always been quiet, thoughtful, and observant. He didn't speak unless he had something meaningful to say, and when he did, his words had a weight that often surprised me. But lately, he'd been even quieter than usual. I noticed it, of course. Mothers notice. The way he lingered in doorways, the way he avoided eye contact, the way he would smile politely but not fully. There was a tension around him, a carefulness that made my chest tighten. I had been cleaning the guest room, our little sanctuary I rarely used since my husband died, when I noticed him slipping quietly down the hallway. Something about his movements made my stomach knot. He glanced around as if someone might be watching, then crouched near the side of the bed and began moving things around. I froze. Hiding something? I called out gently, trying to mask the anxiety I felt clawing at my throat. Nathan jumped, a guilty look flashing across his face, and for a moment, he looked like a child caught in the middle of a mischief he didn't quite know how to explain. He opened his mouth to speak, then closed it again. He seemed to shrink under my gaze, and I felt an unsteady mix of curiosity, fear, and frustration. It's nothing, he muttered finally, avoiding my eyes. But I didn't believe him. I never did. My instincts told me that this wasn't just nothing. The way he had behaved for the past few weeks suggested something deeper, something heavier. And so, despite my better judgment, I stepped closer. "What are you hiding, Nathan?" My voice was soft, but I could feel the tremor in it. I didn't want to accuse him. I wanted to understand. His hands tightened around a small, slightly worn box. He glanced at me again, and this time, I saw the fear. The fear of being judged, of being misunderstood, of upsetting the fragile trust between us. It's for you," he said finally, almost in a whisper. "For me?" I repeated, puzzled, my heart already beginning to race. He nodded, holding the box out like a fragile bird. "I didn't want you to see it yet. I wanted it to be the right time." Something about his tone, the way his shoulders had stiffened, made my heart ache. I took the box from him gently, almost afraid to disturb it. It was old, a little scuffed on the edges, but clearly cherished. And when I opened it, my breath caught in my throat. Inside were letters, carefully folded, written in neat, deliberate handwriting, and photographs of my late husband, Nathan, and me from years ago. But there was more. Hidden beneath the letters was a small envelope with money inside, neatly counted and stacked. My first instinct was to pull it out and demand an explanation, but I stopped myself. I could feel the story unfolding in the air between us before a single word had been spoken. Nathan's voice trembled. "I've been saving this, to help you. For the house, for groceries, for anything you might need. I know it's not much, but I wanted to do something for you after everything." I stared at him, stunned. All my assumptions about why he had been acting strangely, all the tension, all the suspicion, melted away. He hadn't been hiding anything bad, anything to hurt me. He had been carrying the weight of love, of care, in silence. And somehow, in my grief and exhaustion, I had failed to see it. I dropped to my knees beside him and took his hand in mine. "Nathan." I had no idea," I whispered. My throat tightened with emotion, and I could feel the tears coming before I could stop them. "I thought you were angry. That you hated me, or that you blamed me. I didn't see how much you've been protecting me, even while protecting your own heart." He shook his head quickly, his own eyes shining. I never blamed you. I just didn't know how to show it. I wanted to do something good, something that mattered, without making you feel like I was trying to replace him. I know you miss him, and I miss him too. But I wanted to help you, in my own way. For a long moment, we just sat there in silence, the weight of our grief and love mingling in the quiet room. I could feel my heart swelling with pride, and a deep, aching relief. Nathan had carried a burden I hadn't even realized existed, and he had done it quietly, selflessly, out of love. I should have known, I said softly. I should have seen it. All this time, I've been so caught up in my own pain that I couldn't see yours. I'm so sorry. He squeezed my hand gently. It's okay. We both needed time. I guess, we still do. That day, in that small, quiet room, we found a connection deeper than anything I had imagined possible. Nathan wasn't just my stepson, he was a young man with courage, loyalty, and a love that transcended any of the misunderstandings we had carried. And I realized, with a heart full of gratitude, that family wasn't just about blood. It was about trust, sacrifice, and the quiet ways we show love, often without words. Over the next few days, our relationship changed. We laughed together, shared memories, and even cried together. The house, once heavy with grief and silence, felt lighter. Nathan began opening up more, telling me little things he had been holding back, and I started to see him not as someone I had to guide or watch over, but as a partner in rebuilding the life we had been given. I even posted a small story on my phone that night, nothing public, just a little note for myself. Life's secret stories aren't always dark. Sometimes, the most powerful secrets are the ones hidden in love. I smiled through my tears, thinking how fitting it would be to share this story with others someday. And that's what I love about life, the truth can shatter you, but it can also heal you. Nathan's hidden letters, the envelope of money, the photographs, they were more than objects. They were proof that love, loyalty, and sacrifice often live in the quietest corners of our hearts, waiting to be seen. By the end of that week, I realized something profound. Life's secret stories aren't always about betrayal or heartbreak. They can be about redemption, love, and the small, hidden acts that remind us why family matters. I made a promise to myself that day, to cherish Nathan, to recognize his sacrifices, and to never let assumptions cloud my judgment again. And so, to everyone watching this, remember, the people around you are carrying battles you may never see. Sometimes, the things they hide are not secrets meant to hurt, but treasures meant to protect. Take a moment to look closer, to understand, and to love. If you want more stories like this, stories that touch your heart, that reveal the hidden truths behind family, love, and life itself, join me here at Life's Secret Stories. Every secret, every revelation, is a story worth hearing, and every act of love deserves to be seen. Because sometimes, the most shattering truth can also be the most beautiful.